الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Viewers, today we're going to talk about a lecture related to jQuery. In this lecture, we're going to discuss about if you want to change the attribute of element with the help of jQuery by adding a cascade style sheet attribute, which is manipulating the text in a different way by changing the color, by changing the font size, and various different elements which we can do with the CSS. We will be able to do that all with the help of the jQuery. So in this lecture, we're going to cover 4 different things, hopefully. So we're going to cover add class, remove class, toggle class, and CSS. So these are the different functions we will cover in a jQuery. Okay, so without any further delay, so you need to open w3schools.com and you need to do this exercise with me, and I will explain step by step. Okay, so the first thing we're going to discuss about is called add class. So here we got an HTML page where you have got some header tags like h1 and h2, some paragraph and some division and a button there. So the purpose of this button is to just call the jQuery function so that we will be able to do the things that we are interested in. Okay, so what we got here, we got a jQuery script here, and we got some cascade style sheet, which is CSS. In that CSS, we got 2 classes, one with the name called important, another one is called blue. We're going to discuss in a full detail a separate course about CSS, but here it is like we got 2 classes, important and blue, and we have given a font weight as bold and font size as extra large. So this is just basically gonna increase the size of the font, and this class is basically saying that change the color of that text to blue. Okay, so this is some CSS here, and we have got some jQuery code over here. So what's going to happen, so when we press the button, so this button click function will be called, and then we are referring with the help of the jQuery the element of HTML, h1, h2, and p, and we are saying we want that to be of a CSS class blue, which is this one here. So h1, h2, and all the paragraph element, which is this one here, will be basically returns into blue. But the division one, which is an important, which is a different one, that will basically make the text bold and make it extra large. Let's do that. See, as you can see that all the header and paragraphs are turned into blue, and the division one, the div element, has been turned into bold and an extra large. So let's say we can say change the color to green, rerun that, and we press the button and that will turn into green. So all the CSS code, you can write it over here and you can call that class and it will implement to the relevant elements you are interested in. That's a very powerful thing. Okay, so the next thing we are interested in, so we're still using the add class, but here this time what we're going to do, we're going to add more than one CSS class. In previous example we done one at a time, but this time we're going to do both the classes, important and blue. What we are saying, not only make it bold and extra large, but also change the color to blue. So if you run that, so what you're going to do, so you're going to apply this to the div one, which is the div one over here. This is some text over here. Okay, and as you can see that it only applied to that particular div element with it, which is div id 1. If we are interested to do it apply to div 2, we can do that. Now it only apply to div 2. Okay, so this is the another demonstration of applying CSS element onto a particular element by calling more than one CSS classes. Okay, the next one, now we have, let's say we have applied some CSS element which basically turn into blue, but now we are interested in to just, as you can see that we have header one which is CSS blue, this is this class over here, and another paragraph which is this one is blue, and this is just a normal paragraph. So what we're going to do when we press the button, this function will be called, and it is referring to all these elements, headers and paragraph, and it's going to remove the CSS element of the class blue, which is this one over here. So if you press that, so what you're going to do, it turns into normal. Okay, so, and if let's say if you want to run it, and let's say for our example, so by first time it will be not as green, which is these classes here. So we can change this name to green, and we call it green, and we call them green, and over here is green. And what we're going to do, so, and as you can see, that is all green now, and if we need to remove it, we need to call that particular class of the CSS, and it should make it normal. Okay, so that was the demonstration of a remove class. The last one which we're going to discuss is about a toggle class. The only difference with add and remove with this is toggle class basically combines both add and remove. So this is like a very powerful functionality. I want to implement some CSS element and I want to remove it element when something is clicked. So this is a very powerful things to do. So if you press that, it will turn into blue, and we press it again, it will back into normal. So we can, let's say if you want to say, let's say red, and we press it, so it will turn into red. So that's we can manage the color of those texts with the help of the CSS, which we have done that. Okay, so toggle basically includes both the functionality of add and remove class. Okay, so then the next one we're going to discuss about the CSS. In this one, it is instead of add class and remove class and toggle class, basically we calling another function called .css, which is basically directly applying it. So here we got a header and a 3 paragraph, and we have given some inline CSS, which we have a background color in these 3 different stripes. And when we return, when we press this, then the color of the paragraph to be changed. So the background color, so it will pick it up what is the background color of that those elements. So if you press that, so it is telling you the background color is RGB, which is red, green, and blue. This is just a mixture of 3 different elements. So it is saying that when the button is clicked, we got a pop-up window, and it is with pick it up the P, and then with the CSS I'm interested in to give me what is the background color of the paragraph. Okay, red, green, and blue. Okay. Okay, the next one, what we are in this example, what we're going to do, we're going to put more than one attribute of the CSS, not only background color, but yellow. So we're going to change the color as well. So let's press that button, and as you can see that it has turned all the paragraph background color to yellow. See, previously it was different color, red, green, and blue, and this one was without any color because we have not implemented any style to that. But when we call the jQuery function, where we say that I want to add some CSS element to those paragraph, and I want them to be the background color to be yellow. Okay, so this is a very powerful function. .css, you can refer to any element and then you can change the color. Okay, So more than one element. So the next one is the same thing with a slightly more difference is uh, previously we had the background color in a yellow. Now we are saying that make it the background color to yellow and the font size to be 200%, which means like whatever is the text, make it 200% bigger. Okay. So at the moment we have inline CSS implemented to all these paragraphs. When we call this jQuery function, you're going to pick it up the paragraph and then going to implement it this CSS um, details onto those element of the HTML. Okay, and as you can see that it has not only changed the background color, but it has also increased the size. Okay. Okay. Viewers, this was another lecture about jQuery. I hope you are enjoying it and following the instruction. Please give me your comment. How do you feel about this video? I want to make sure that want to make this as easy as possible, and you can do these exercises along with me. We are just building our fundamentals about jQuery, and later on we will implement whatever we have learned into a proper HTML page, and we will see what we have learned. And in previous lecture I have mentioned make sure you do some exercise. This will help you whatever syntax you have learned, so you can recall that and you can do as many times as you want, and it will enforce your learning. I hope you have enjoyed. Share this video with your friends so many people can benefit from this free IT education, and subscribe to my channel. Abdurrahim Khan from Free IT Education. Bye now.